Ahoy there, Legion! It's been 2 days since Thanksgiving, and I'm still full. So much spicy cranberry relish. Tasted good with everything. It had just the right amount of cinnamon and hot pepper. Started dunking the pumpkin pie and corn pudding in it. Don't judge. It was a delicious mess. Tasted just as good going up as it did going down. But as this is Monday after a dev stream, you know we got you covered with our recap and review. This dev stream was a preview of Update 18, The Second Dream, which I can only assume is an Inception reference. They were equally nervous, excited, and random, so their topics jumped around all over the place this week because of one or more of those combined. Because of that, I've rearranged everything in the least to most important order, at least according to me. Before we begin that list, I did want to set some bad news out of the way. Console Squad, you might have noticed you still don't have Saren's Orphid Deluxe skin, and you might be wondering where that's at. The good news is, it's an Update 18. The bad news is, it's an Update 18. Generally, y'all get the update a month after PC Tenno, as we deal with all the bugs first. Once that infestation's cleared, it's approved for you. So that means for you, there's a potential for that to be earliest January. Possibly February. But don't quote me on that. And did you try the spicy cranberry relish? I'm telling you, it's delish. Just keep eating that for a few months, and the next thing you know, it's going to be Update 18 for you as well. First up is the mobile Warframe app dubbed The Nexus has finally been submitted for certification to Apple and Android. This currently will only work for PC accounts as they make sure to hammer out all those bugs, but you can check out your Foundry, Kubro, build and claim items, and a few other things that are keeping a surprise in the near future. Mag Prime has received the PBR treatment, so now she's all shiny and more customizable. Volt Prime already is, but Classic Volt isn't yet, so he's getting the treatment as well. No longer will you have 4 revives per Warframe per day. You'll still have 4 revives per mission, but once you're back on the Lisette or Relay, they reset. This will definitely come in handy on public sortie missions. No longer will you have to bite your nails and wonder if your group is good enough to spend some of your revives on, or if you have to bail because someone died before the timer even started and you only got 1 more revive left to give. One-handed swords will be receiving a new stance. The animations shown were slightly lackluster. They appeared to warp the player around a bit, but this could have just been a work-in-progress rendition, so we'll see how it actually plays once it goes live. They've updated the look of the simulacrum from orange blocks to shiny blocks, and you can now change loadouts right inside of it. Clan downsizing will be a thing, which is great for the previously huge clans that have lost a lot of members. Cuts back the build requirements to something more manageable for a group of 20 folks instead of 1,000. Makes unlocking Wukong, for example, a much smaller pain in the glen. The trading state they mentioned a few streams ago is taking shape in a somewhat rundown looking trade relay. Trading will keep the same limitations it currently has, but will provide you a quasi-physical space and interaction instead of spamming the trade channel only to get blocked by someone because you didn't want to sell Prime Chamber for 20 platinum. The previously mentioned sortie system had its rewards expanded upon. The reward pool possible for sorties depends on the current season. These seasons will last 15 days, and each day you complete all 3 sortie missions, you'll get an item from that pool. The first example listed was somewhat lackluster, being parts, not the completed weapon, but parts of the Dara Vandal and Carrick Wraith. If this isn't a placeholder, it's fairly deflating, as while the other rewards listed were Orican Catalyst and Reactor Blueprints, and even a legendary core, you know those are only there to trick you into thinking you got a chance of winning them. It's like that jackpot in Las Vegas. Of course, you could win $1 million bajillion, but there's only so many options and the drop table so heavily weighted against you, it'll almost never happen. Add in you only get 1 reward a day, so the typical 2% or even less odds mean you'll have, at best, a chance to get some of the rarer items once every 2 months. I don't know if we can trade that legendary core either, so we might be stuck with it, or it'll drop the platinum value of it with folks collectively driving down the market. I don't know, maybe I'm just looking at this the wrong way, but the Prova and Carrick? We only got that list in 2 updates ago, and DE already handed out like every other event item available. You'd think they'd start her off with something new. Anyway, in order to participate in these, you're going to need to be Mastery Rank 4 and have a Rank 30 frame equipped, so fairly low requirements. Also mentioned a few recaps ago were login rewards and how they're getting swapped out with an entirely new system. For one, these unlock each day you log in, and they don't reset no matter how far apart those days are. It'll grant exclusive Prime mods, weapons, skins, a bunch of stuff tied to the system, and all around it looks like a great addition. A point of contention though was implementation. Thankfully everyone's beginning this on the same footing, and we will all be starting on day 1 at launch. But the higher your mastery rank, the more likely you'll get some of the rare goodies. Lower ranks will be less likely to roll. I think that's fair, though I still feel mastery rank as a measure of anything but weapons grinded is pointless. At least this doesn't fully guarantee the higher ranked folks get everything at once, which is nice. After the votes were tallied, it was decided to name the upcoming archer frame Ivara, or Ivara. They didn't really come to a conclusion on that. I'll stick with Ivara until it's super official because it just sounds easier to pronounce. Like Nessa before her, Ivara's got a solid kit under her space belt. She can be built as a pure DPS, but she's got a lot of room for utility, and stealth lovers will be more than happy to know she has amazing potential for doing just that. One huge departure from her last mention was they wanted her to be a toxin damage-based hunter, taking inspiration from poison dart frog tactics and the like. They've completely dropped that, but her abilities remain exactly as they initially described, which is kind of weird but cool at the same time. Anywho, at least for now, her abilities are called Versatile Quiver, Aftertouch, Pickpocket, and Exalted Bow. Versatile Quiver can shoot 4 different types of arrows. Tap the ability to swap through them, and hold the ability to fire. You can shoot from a distracting shot to lure enemies away, or follow it up with Sleeping Shot, which knocks them out. The third arrow creates a stealth bubble you can stand in, similar to a Kali from League of Legends if that helps explain it. And her last arrow shoots a Batman-like grappling hook, which creates a zip line you can run across. My spider senses are tingling that an augment will make the zip line deal damage, but that's just an off-the-cuff prediction. Aftertouch allows you to control your arrows after firing them, like a remote-controlled rocket. Use this to guide your special shots to the perfect spot, but feel free to use this with any weapon that fires projectiles, be it Tonkor's grenades or even melee throwing weapons. They didn't mention it, but it appears the longer you have the shot in air, the more damage it'll do. Pickpocket stealths and slows you to a crawl, but provides a boost to headshot damage and lets you get a free loot roll on any enemy you pass by, which I don't think anyone's going to complain about. Finally, her ultimate can unleash a powerful multi-shot. Of all the abilities, her ult was the least impressive, but it might get tweaked or better explained before release. They also said you can synergize her abilities. For example, use Aftertouch with her stealth shot and hit your sentinel to give you a stealth shield that follows you around for the duration. She seems like a very nice combination for both damage dealing and stealth players, and you can quickly farm her by hitting up spy vaults. Well, Stealth Rhino will be getting a workout soon enough at least. She'll be available and ready at Update 18's launch. As for when Update 18 will actually arrive, PC Tenno won't have to wait long, as it'll be this week. They are aiming for Wednesday, December 2nd, but they tend to push it back to Thursday or later, so we'll see when it actually drops. But very soon, Legion, we can almost taste it, unlike that spicy cranberry relish which we sadly ran out of last night. Buried the serving tray it was in and everything. Was a wonderful service. But as for the final tidbits, Sentients are starting to show up now, but they still aren't here as the Tome of the Sentients trailer promised back in January. Umbra Excalibur got pushed back due to the team's effort getting Update 18 out the door, but he'll get his time to shine soon. TM. The Rhino rework is shipping with Update 18, blame Jeff. There will be more deluxe skins on the way, but Update 18 will not have Cat Bros or the multi-shot or serration or other weapon reworks. That was a massive project though, so it never really had a shot to release so soon anyway. Good news there is, no matter how they change multi-shot, none of that will go live without these reworks in place, so until then, you can use whatever builds you like with impunity. Go forth and kill you some corpus with our blessing, Legion. But first, if this recap helped you out or put a smile on your face, we'd be honored if you'd like, favorite, and share this video with your fellow Tenno. We always appreciate it when you does. Thank you for watching, and catch you next time, Legion. Take care.